What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Angels-Dodgers watch party. How are we doing today? Walker Buehler with the first pitch. David Fletcher's first pitch swinging. He lines this one straight to Chris Taylor out in center field, and the ball game has officially begun. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It's going to be a crazy game, man. It's a rubber match, you know. It's been nonstop between these two teams. So I'm really excited. We got Julian in the chat. We got Max in the chat. We got Jared in the chat. Some good banter going back and forth between Jared and Max in regards to who they think will win today's game. It'll be close, fellas. I hate facing Fletcher. He's the definition of a very, very late fluke. MLB The Show. Yeah, man. We should call him Bailed Fletch. I'm an Astros fan, but we're losing the series just like the Angels will too. For sure, Ghostface. I understand where you're coming from with that, you know. But we're going to do our best to get the W today. And we got a 2-0 count to Adam Eaton. Is my mic quiet, by the way? I feel like it's kind of quiet. Wait, you know what? It might be my headphones? No, it's not. All right. Check, check, check. Let me turn this down. All right, Eaton grounds one back to Buehler. Buehler turns and fires, and he gets out number 2. Eaton's a fast guy. Easily could have beat that out. Max Muncy. Good control on the ball today. Past couple days, he's made some bloops. As Matty V says, he botches it. You know what I mean. Let me turn up the volume here for my mic. Is this better? I think this is better. Check. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is 100% beautiful. Let's see. What's good, Nicholas? How you doing, buddy? At least the Angels don't cheat. You know, no one said that the Dodgers cheat. This chat's going to be insane. Half the time, I'm not even going to be talking to you guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to focus on the game. Because there's going to be a lot of trash talking back and forth, which there honestly shouldn't be. Everybody be nice. I will block you if you're being an asshole in the chat. Buehler has Stassi down to an 0-2 count. That one's just outside. I'm actually kind of hoping the Angels win. Awesome, dude. Trey Turner was amazing yesterday, stealing bags, his first hit running from first to home and diving plays. I remember he made one good play up the middle at second base. I don't remember anything else. Julian, you hype up the Dodgers, like the Dodgers could lift a finger and you'll be like, "Oh my God, he was like player of the game." All right, I'm gonna stop with the banter. I'm trying to be mutual here. Ooh, that one should have hit the inside corner there. Buehler threw a fastball. It might have been a 2-seam because it had a little bit of tail on it. Oh, no. Just a bit above the strike zone. It was a sinker. Jared asked, did you see that video that I sent you? I did with the Ohtani spider tack. I didn't. Stassi hacks it one way above the zone, fouls it off. Still got a full count here. Making Buehler throw a couple here in this first inning. I wasn't trying to trash talk, but over there I was trying to make an Astros cheating. Oh, I'm talking about everybody else, bro. I'm not singling anybody out for trash talking. Hope Desmer turns it around today, dude. I hope so, too. Any day Buehler pitches is a blessing, even if you're not a Dodgers fan. And Stassi is able to foul one off. I thought he swung and missed that one. Last outing, Buehler took the L against Lance McCullers Jr. Great games by both of those guys. They pitched one hell of a game. Buehler pitched a hell of a game. He didn't allow that many runs or anything, but 6 strong. Unfortunately, the Dodgers just couldn't put up the offense that game, so... And that one's outside. Buehler loses Stassi, and we got one runner on with 2 outs. I have to go shopping with my mom, back to school shopping. I have enough clothes, let me enjoy home. And Buehler kind of chirping at the umpire after allowing that walk. We'll see how long of a leash he gets. With being able to get away with saying stuff like that. The Goose strikes one down the line, but foul. 0-1 to Phil Gosselin. He's had himself quite a series. Batting .265 on the season with 3 home runs and 25 RBIs. He started as a platoon player in the beginning of the season. In fact, when I saw him in spring training, he was not the hottest player out there, but he has since turned it around. Destroys lefties as he swings and misses at Walker Buehler's slider. Yeah, Buehler allowed 1 run and we didn't give him any run support. Listen, Cy Young will either be Buehler or Gausman. DeGrom misses too many games. Well, yeah, it's definitely not going to be DeGrom this year, given that he's going to be out till at least September. And Buehler strikes Gosselin out on 3 pitches. That's the end of the inning. Angels get a man on. And they aren't able to capitalize. Here comes the rookie who made his Major League debut last weekend, Reed Detmers. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. All right. And with that, we'll be right back, fellas. And we are back from commercial. Reed Detmers taking the mound. His first Major League strikeout was against Matt Olson last Sunday against the Oakland Athletics. He went 4 1/3, and he throws strike 1 right down the middle to Trey Turner, newly acquired from the Washington Nationals. Trey Turner, one of the fastest men in the league and defensive players. He also has some pop in that bat as he fouls this one off for strike 2. So excited to see this matchup here. Detmers already has Turner down 0-2. And here comes the next pitch. Breaking ball in the inside part of the plate. Turner second guesses the swing. And it's ball 1. Turner batting .321 on the season with 18 home runs and 49 RBIs, rocking an .887 OPS. Detmer's wheels and deals, and Turner's able to foul that off. He's going to feel that one. Just up the wrist. Oof. That looked painful to me. Turner swings and fouls this one off. An 88-mile-an-hour breaking ball inside. Seems like the game log is ahead of your TV. We already saw 3 of them. Oh, okay. You know what? You're right. Sometimes this stream program kind of gets behind. And Turner lines one out to left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. It's going to be extra bases up, or Adele taking a long time to get to it, and he botches it. And when I say he botches it, he kind of almost fell over. So a rough start here for Reed Detmers, as he allows a leadoff double after getting Turner down 0-2 to start the at-bat. Just posting to Twitter about the watch party so everybody else can come through. And it is a hot one today, everybody. Hot as hell. All right. And Freeway Series. I don't think Detmers is used to the heat. Both games he's played Sunday in the heat. That could be true. You're not wrong about that. Isn't the guy a rookie because the Dodgers destroy rookies? Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, that he is a rookie. Trey is going to steal like 40 bases this year. It's possible, as long as he's getting on base. And Detmers has Muncy in a 1-2 count. Let me make sure that this is accurate with the game log here. Looks like it. I'm not looking at the game log, fellas, so if it does get off, just let me know. I can see the chat, but I'm watching the actual game. I'd be showing you guys the game. And that one's hit into the shift, or not. He beat the shift. Max Muncy drives in Trey Turner for the first run of the game, and it's now 1-0 Dodgers here in the bottom of the first. Max Muncy, what he hasn't been able to do defensively, he's made up for with his bat. That is for sure. Not sure why they have him shifted like that. But man, that is rough. If I was a rookie, I'd be terrified to face Max Muncy. Madden needs to stop with the shit. The same thing happened yesterday, first inning. Yeah, I remember. My Astros have been very disappointing ever since that loss to the Dodgers. We had a 4-game winning streak prior to yesterday's game. AJ Pollock smacks this one to right field. It's going to get over the head of Eaton, and that's going to bring Muncy over to third base. And we have runners at second and third with no outs. Reed Detmers not having a great start, to say the least. All right, Max, you got to chill, my guy. I'm not saying anything bad about the Dodgers. No need to be saying bad stuff about the Angels in a series that literally does not matter. Yeah, Pollock has been doing fantastic. Yeah, let's have some sportsmanship in the chat, fellas. I could just, if you guys want, I could end stream, you know? Like, we don't have to do this. This is all for fun. We're all having a good time. I'm not saying anything bad about the Dodgers. They're a good team. To you, this game does matter. We need to catch up to the Giants, so every game from now on matters for us at least. All right, I get that. I understand that. Oh my goodness. A grounder over to Jose Iglesias, who cannot throw the ball to save his life. It almost gets airmailed. Stassi saves it, comes down for the tag against Muncy. And Muncy gets called safe at the plate. And Muncy's able to touch the bag before that throw comes across. A bad throw by Jose Iglesias. What otherwise would have been an amazing play if he had it right on the money. Muncy can't run fast. So that's unfortunate. And A.J. Pollock steals third on Max Muncy. This Dodgers offense is starting off hot today. A lot of people expected that. And what a nasty, nasty breaking ball by Reed Detmers there for strike 2 against Corey Seager. A Yankees versus Giants World Series, that'd be insane. MLB would love that. All right. So the Angels pulling the shift once again. And I want to remind everybody, the Angels have no outs here. Dodgers are leading 2-0, as they usually start every game this series with 2 runs on the board. Reed Detmers struggling, throwing strikes but struggling. A lot of these hits have been bloop hits, with the exception of the line drive by Trey Turner and the over-the-head shot by Max Muncy out in right field. The 0-2 to Seager, and he swings and misses. So out number 1, Reed Detmers saying, if you guys can't do it, I'll go ahead and do it myself, as he gets a strikeout against Seager. Happy I didn't start him in my fantasy league. Chris Taylor stepping in. Kind of a weird batting stance he's got going on today as Detmers hangs one in there for strike one. Oh, 0-1 to Chris Taylor, who's had himself one hell of a year. Chris Taylor is probably one of the most underrated players in the MLB to this day. And that's strike two. National League teams get creative with their roster. It's hard playing these kinds of teams. I could hear that. 0-2 to Chris Taylor. And that one misses up. Detmers overthrowing that fastball. Detmers, not a lot of velocity behind his fastball. Between 92 to 94 is where he likes to sit. It's his breaking ball that really gets opposing teams to knee buckle. So Reed Detmers trying to change up the signs, as they do have a runner, the Dodgers, for that matter, have a runner at second base who could be relaying these signs to Chris Taylor, which is not cheating. Most players do that anyway. And Reed Detmers with a disgusting breaking ball. He gets Seager with it, and now he's got Taylor with it. Disgusting breaking ball, 74 miles an hour, perfectly located. Got Taylor way out in front. If Detmers can figure this out, get out of this inning, there's a chance that he can go for a good chunk of this game. As a week or two ago, oh, very interesting here. Will Smith, who stepped up to the plate, has been intentionally walked, and they are going to pitch to Bellinger. So Bellinger went deep last night, but prior to that has been struggling, batting 173 with 6 home runs and 22 RBIs, the 577 OPS. Not sure what his runners in scoring position average is, but we'll see how this challenge goes. Detmers versus Belly. I would not be surprised if Belly went deep. And Detmers fires one in there right down the middle for strike one. Belly, it is a day game. He may be smoking on the sativa to stay more awake and alert. And here comes the next pitch. Great watch party, awesome analysis, T-Cast. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Thanks, Drip. Drip from the heavens. 1-1 count to Cody Bellinger here in the bottom of the first. We got 2 outs with runners on every bag. Reed Detmers 25 pitches deep here in the first. Depending on how much higher that pitch count goes, we may not see a lot of him this game. Very similar to his last outing, which was last Sunday against the Oakland Athletics. And a breaking ball down the middle. Belly's able to foul that off. It's now 1-2. Rather unfortunate for Reed Detmers, a rookie. A highly touted rookie who started in Double-A this season, had a couple starts at Triple-A and was called up to the majors due to some injuries in the Angels rotation. And not a lot of luck happening for the Angels this year. Lots of injuries. You have Walsh, Rendon, Trout on the IL. Rendon out with season-ending hip surgery. Trout's injury taking a lot longer. Here comes the pitch. And strike 3, Reed Detmers, after allowing 2 runs, decides to strike out the side. Seager, Taylor, Belly, the core of the Dodgers sent down by the rookie. We head to the top of the second. We'll be right back. we're back. Walker Buehler gets back on the bump. Game day taking a little to come back here. And there it is. We're back. Beautiful. So Walker Buehler pitching to Jose Iglesias, who honestly could have saved the Angels a run had his throw been on the money back in the top of the first. Jose Iglesias batting .273 with 8 home runs on the season. He's been carrying the Angels offensively here in Los Angeles, as it's a 1-1 count. A little history lesson for those of you in the chat. I understand that the Dodgers were the original Los Angeles team, as they did come here first, as I don't even know who that was. Jose Iglesias grounded one over to third base. Justin Turner with an amazing throw and was able to get him. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the second. The Dodgers came here from Brooklyn a long time ago. 60 years ago, in less than a year, maybe a little more than a year after the Dodgers came, the Angels were born. And the Angels were originally the Los Angeles Angels. And if you live in Los Angeles or know anything about why, Los Angeles is called Los Angeles, and if you've heard of the term the City of Angels, which LA is often referred to, they even call residents of Los Angeles Angelinos, as Joe Adell fouls one off for strike one. That's why the Angels were named the Angels, because it's the City of Angels in Los Angeles. The Angels were supposed to be the original Los Angeles team before being sold to LA from Brooklyn. In fact, a lot of homes belonging to Adell grounds one over to Seager, and that's out number 2. A lot of homes were destroyed. A lot of them being owned by members of the Latino community, and they were forced to relocate, very similar to history where English settlers came to America and were forcing Native Americans out of their homes. And, where Dodger Stadium sits today was a large community of houses owned by a lot of Latinos. But hey, baseball, am I right? No offense, Joe Adell has made so many weird plays out there. For him, it should be an award. It honestly should be. He's really bad. Brandon Marsh steps up to the plate, strike 1. 0-1 count with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Drip season says gentrification, that's it. Yep. So 1-1 count from Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler has pitched fantastic this season. Here comes the next pitch to March. I call them March. It's Marsh, like a swamp. Marsh swamp. Marsh won for his last 24. Really needs to turn it around here as he swings and misses at Walker Buehler's 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Walker Buehler 25 pitches deep through 1 2/3 innings. 2-2 count here. I would not be surprised to see a strikeout. And Marsh lines this one out to right field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit in front of Bellinger. So Marsh gets on base here with 2 outs. A 2-out rally for the Halos. And in steps Reed Detmers. Not a good time for the pitcher to be up, I'll tell you that right now, unless it's Shohei Ohtani. Question, if there was an award for the funniest player, who would win it? There's a lot of funny guys out there. Probably Brett Phillips. Brett Phillips is a cool dude. Walker wheels and deals and fires. Strike 1 in to Reed Detmers. If I know Joe Madden, with this being Reed Detmers' first career plate appearance, he's telling him not to swing, and Buehler's just going to fire these in the strike zone to get out number 3. As he overthrows that fastball, 94 miles an hour, way outside the zone. So 1-1 count. So Reed Detmers, Buehler, 28 pitches here in the top of the second. 2 outs and a runner on. Here comes the pitch. And that's just outside at 95 miles an hour. You know, the thing about Buehler, he's able to stay composed while showing emotion at the same time. Yesterday, Julio Urias, when he was struggling, he was showing how frustrated he was. Detmers takes a hack at the next pitch. 96 miles an hour down the middle. He's able to foul that one off to stay alive. So Reed Detmers now with an even count, 2-2. Brandon Marsh at first base with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Buehler, 30 pitches. Here comes the 31st pitch from Buehler. Wheels and deals, and that is ball 3. If I do know this about Walker Buehler, he's not going to be happy if he walks Reed Detmers. I'll tell you that right now. I want to give a shout out to Zach Wheeler, who threw a complete game today. And Buehler loses Detmers, and just like I predicted, Buehler is not happy. Dropping the F-bomb on the live broadcast here. So now we have 2 runners on. Buehler's very upset. I'd be upset too if I just walked a freaking pitcher. So Jack Mayfield, who's had a past couple of... Jack Mayfield, been fantastic these past couple weeks, batting .229. Don't let that fool you. He's hit 7 home runs and 17 RBIs. And a lot of these home runs have been recent, in the past couple weeks. He has more home runs than Anthony Rendon has all season. Rendon has only played 58 games this season. Excuse me, I'm burping. Mayfield has only thrown... Oh my goodness, what a bad call. You'll see it right here on game day. That was way outside, and the umpire gave it to him. That pitch was way outside. Julian, I think you're getting the king of flukes confused with David Fletcher. Jack Mayfield is Captain Jack, who's been fantastic. And just to give you a little overview, I'll drop some stats on your brain. Prior to this series, Jack Mayfield had only played 24 games and had 69 plate appearances, 6 home runs. Rendon, 58 games, 249 plate appearances, also 6 home runs. Since coming to LA, Jack has been able to add another home run to that total, as well as some RBIs as well. And if there was a pitch that was going to be called a strike, I feel like that one should have been it, not the first pitch. And in the league, he has the second most home runs since the All-Star game. Thank you to Drip from the Heavens for that one. And Mayfield pops this one up into the sun. Max Muncy, if there's anybody that's going to drop it, it's him, but he's able to hold on, and that's out number 3 to end the top of the second. Angels abandoned 2 on base, and out comes Reed Detmers again for the bottom of the inning. And before we go to commercial break, let's see, Gunner, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thank you for joining us. I know we don't have any MLB The Show gameplay today, but we are doing this watch party, so thank you for being here. Glad to have you, and glad you were able to make an account. We'll be right back after this. Buehler back. Reed Detmers coming back onto the mound. Reed Detmers, a 73.1 mile per hour average velocity. He has the 11th slowest in the entire league. 66.2 inches vertical drop, 7th most, and 12-inch horizontal movement. Crazy. And he's able to get strike one here against Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler batting 137. He's 7 for 51. He has a couple doubles under his belt with some walks as well. And that's a wild breaking ball that gets away outside of the zone. Dodgers better give Kershaw a statue and retire number 22. He'll definitely have one. Peace out, Gunner. Thanks for stopping by, man. Reed Detmers gets strike two against Walker Buehler. 1-2 count. I would hope they can hit, considering they get a lot of at-bats being in the National League. And Reed Detmers is set now. Here comes the pitch to Walker Buehler. And that's a breaking ball in the upper part of the zone. Buehler grounds this one over to Fletcher, fires it over to Gosselin, and that'll be out number one in the bottom of the second. Zach Wheeler goes the distance today against the New York Mets. 9 innings, only 2 hits allowed, 11 strikeouts with a complete game shutout. Phillies now taking a strong lead of first place in the NL East. And prior to this series against the Mets, they were right behind them. So the Mets implosion continues as Trey Turner steps in for his second at-bat of the game. He's third in the major leagues with 540 hits. And Reed Detmer is not able to locate that curveball right now as he fires ball one to Trey Turner. 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. That double from earlier today was his 18th of the season, and he's slugging over 500. On base is 370. And he's one of the top hitters in the game in terms of batting average. And prior to his time with the Dodgers, which just started a couple nights ago as a pinch hitter, he got COVID. It was on that 10-day COVID list and went straight from the Nationals to the Dodgers. And now he's here. And I could tell a lot of Dodger fans are very happy. Detmers fires one in there for strike one. 3-1 count. One down here in the bottom of the second. Trey Turner, if there's anybody that can get on base, it's going to be him. Or anybody in this Dodgers lineup. And that breaking ball gets away. And Detmers walks Turner. Detmers looking slightly fatigued here with the heat there in Los Angeles. I'm sure the stadium blocking a lot of whatever breeze there could be out there at Chavez Ravine. And Turner now on the base pass. We'll see if he's on the move. Max Stassi, one of the better catchers for the Halos. I'll correct that, the best catcher. As Turner takes a big lead despite Detmers being a lefty. Gosselin, pickoff, and he's safe. So Turner taking his lead. Detmers is set to Max Muncy. And here's the pitch. Strike one down the middle. And Detmers is going to be living dangerously on the edge if he keeps leaving pitches like that in that same spot, because that's the wheelhouse for Max Muncy. Here comes the next pitch to Max Muncy, and scratch that. It's a pickoff attempt over to first base. Turner gets back in time. And not a lot of people know this, but first base coach Dino Ebel, prior to his time with the Dodgers, was actually with the Angels for the majority of his career as a third base coach with partner Alfredo Griffin, who's also on the Dodgers coaching staff now. Detmers with a nasty breaking ball to Muncy makes it an 0-2 count. Detmers 38 pitches deep here in 1 1/3 innings. Muncy 1 for 1. He had that line drive to right field that went over the head of Adam Eaton. And we'll see if Turner's on the move here. It's an 0-2 count. Detmers is set. We'll see if it's another pickoff attempt. He fires to the plate. Muncy hits this one deep out to center field. It's going. Marsh at the wall, and he jumps and catches it. Turner sprinting back to first, able to get back in time, but Brandon Marsh with one hell of a play out in center field, going airborne to get it just at the wall on the warning track. I said it earlier, you leave that pitch down to Max Muncy, down the middle, he's going to send it out there, but Brandon Marsh was able to bring it back, not over the fence, but at the warning track. Trey Turner was rounding second at the time that this ball was caught, and he was able to make it all the way back to first base. Brandon Marsh, the Jesus of the Angels. And good base running by Turner, able to touch second base on the way back. A lot of folks would forget to do that. And now we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Reed Detmers, 39 pitches in. Here's A.J. Pollock, who's also 1 for 1. Starts off with a swing and a miss for strike 1. And Albert Pujols stepping in on deck. Justin Turner is out of the game now, with Albert Pujols coming in to where Justin Turner's spot originally was. And that's strike 2 to A.J. Pollock. Reed Detmers getting it together here in the bottom of the second. 41 pitches deep. Turner must have injured himself on the bases, which is why Albert must be stepping into the batter's box here. Always a good sign to see Albert. Justin Turner no longer in the dugout. Something must have happened. And according to the announcers, it may have been the throw that, or the play that he made defensively last inning from Jose Iglesias' ground ball. He had to throw well across his body. He was deep out in shallow left field. Got the throw, but they must have tweaked something on that play, which is why Albert Pujols is down the on-deck circle. And that's ball 1 to A.J. Pollock, 1-2. Reed Detmers doing a great job at keeping Trey Turner to first base. Trey Turner kind of giving him some looks. Not very happy about not being able to get that lead. And Julian points out that for Pujols, it's either a homer or a ground out, especially against the rookie. Pujols knows how to send rookies back to the showers after hitting dingers off of them. So here comes the pitch to Pollock. And that one just misses. Down and away. Down and in, I should say. Misael, welcome to the chat, my friend. Hope you're having a fantastic day, sir. So 2-2 to A.J. Pollock. He's 1 for 1 today. Trey Turner at first base. Albert Pujols on deck, former Angel. And Reed Detmers basically saying, I'm going to have to do this myself, with the exception of the Brandon Marsh play out in center field. Reed Detmers is set, peering over at Trey Turner, taking his time. I wouldn't be surprised if Pollock stepped out here. And Detmers steps off. So with the speculation that Justin Turner's out of the game, Max Muncy's at first, and Albert Pujols is in the on-deck circle. There's no DH here in the National League, so you could assume that Max Muncy would move over to third, and Albert Pujols will move over to first base. You could even move Muncy over to second and have Trey Turner play third, or Seager play third and Turner go to short, which would be my personal preference. But we'll see what happens. Reed Detmers gets set. A.J. Pollock ready for the pitch. Detmers fires. Trey Turner on the move. And it's off the glove of David Fletcher. Joe Adell has to charge in. Trey Turner's running past home, and Trey Turner scores. David Fletcher could not hold on to the baseball. A.J. Pollock able to get to second base, and the Dodgers score. Run number 3 here in the bottom of the second. Unbelievable. Trey Turner was on the move with that pitch, causing Jose Iglesias to abandon his position. And Dino Ebel, former third base coach, he could tell Joe Adell wasn't going to get to that ball anytime soon. Trey Turner with the speed almost takes out the home plate umpire. I just don't know how you can't make that play, or at least keep it from getting out to the outfield. And Joe Adell, to taking the amount of time that he took to get to that ball, I know Trey Turner's fast, but the ball was right in front of him. Zero hustle coming into that play. Unbelievable. So now Albert Pujols faces Reed Detmers, who's thrown 45 pitches thus far in 1 2/3 innings. Pujols takes ball one. Pujols batting .239 on the season with 13 home runs, 42 RBIs, and a .706 OPS. And for the age of Albert Pujols, that's actually pretty good. And as it was mentioned in the chat earlier by Julian, Albert Pujols can definitely make rookies pay if they leave the ball too far in the zone. So Reed Detmers a little rattled after that incident in the infield. Third run comes across the score for the Dodgers. And he now is 2-0 to Albert Pujols. An unfortunate play to say the least. Not sure why it took Joe Adell so long to get there, or how it got past the glove of David Fletcher with Jose Iglesias right behind him. So 3-0 count to Albert Pujols. Detmers fires one right down the middle, and Pujols makes him pay. Drives this one deep out to left field into what formerly was Mannywood. Pujols with a 2-run bomb here in the bottom of the second. Dodgers lead 5-0. Albert had the green light, 3-0, and he made Detmers pay for it. As I mentioned earlier, Albert Pujols against any rookie will make them pay. Number 14 for Albert Pujols on the season. The Dodgers take a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. 2-out rally. Albert Pujols is now in second place for home runs off of most different pitchers. Behind Barry Bonds with 449, Pujols now has 440. Pujols with the pimp job of a century. And I called it as well, Julian. Pujols now 24 home runs away from 700. Detmers falls behind to Seager 2-0. Max, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking. Mr. God, I'm doing fantastic. Hope you're having a great day. Two count to Seager. Detmers fights back. Bottom of the second here with 2 outs. Dodgers have a 5-0 lead. Seager 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the next pitch, and that's going to be a line drive to center field. Drops in front of Brandon Marsh. The 2-out rally continues for the Dodgers here. And this is the most run, or the Dodgers now tie the most runs that they've scored in this series with 5. The Angels have yet to put a run up on the board. With Walker Buehler pitching for the Dodgers, it may not come easy. And now warming up for the Halos, another rookie by the name of Packy Naughton. Packy Naughton was called up a couple days ago from AAA Salt Lake, and it looks like he may be making his Major League debut here at Chavez Ravine. Not the best of circumstances, unfortunately. Detmers hangs one in there for strike one as it's fouled off by Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor batting .353 in his last 10 games. And Joe Maddon with his head down. Not happy with the outcome here. And honestly, I put the full blame on him because he probably called for that pitch down the middle just to get ahead. And he should have known better with Albert Pujols and his track record of crushing rookies. All this occurred with 2 outs, by the way. Reed Detmers 54 pitches in. If I'm Joe Maddon, this is Reed Detmers' last inning. And that's popped foul. 0-2 count to Chris Taylor. Everyone on social media says the LA Dodgers have the deadliest rotation. Their rotation's pretty solid. You got Max Scherzer, Walker Buehler, Julio Urias, and a couple guys that are injured, but Clayton Kershaw, Dustin May. You can plug David Price in there whenever you need to. And Reed Detmers strikes out Chris Taylor with the breaking ball. 5th of the day. And we're going to commercial. 5-0 Dodgers. And we're back. Walker Buehler back out on the mound. Max Muncy has moved over to third base, and Pujols has been plugged into first. And David Fletcher slaps one out to center field for a base hit to start off the inning. First pitch swinging. At the beginning of the season, David Fletcher wouldn't even dare to swing at the first pitch. Now that's all he's doing, and look at where he's at now. Batting over 300. Had a high hitting streak with 26 on the season earlier this year. He's been doing fantastic. Fletch and Albert catching up at first base, former teammates. Now Adam Eaton stepping in, taking ball one. I'd have to say that the White Sox had the best rotation in the league. If you want to go National League, then sure. Dodgers probably take the cake, but in this case, for going best in the league, I'd have to say the White Sox. You got Lance Lynn, you got Carlos Rodon, You got Lucas Giolito. You got Dallas Keuchel. You got Dylan Cease. You got Michael Kopech. You got Garrett Crochet, Liam Hendricks, Craig Kimbrell. Fletcher taking a big league at first base. And Walker Buehler throws ball 2 to Adam Eaton. So Buehler, 40 pitches in comparison to Reed Detmers, who I believe is at 60 pitches total. I do not think we'll be seeing him again today. Buehler tries to pick off Fletch. Fletch got picked off yesterday, I believe. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the night before. At second base. Buehler doesn't look very happy on the mound. Yeah, Julian, I listed a full rotation prior to talking about relievers, so I don't know what you're talking about. Eaton flies one out to the left field. Caught by A.J. Pollock, and that'll be out number 1 here in the top of the third. .41 pitches by Walker Buehler. For the sake of not arguing, I'm just going to say the White Sox have the best rotation in the AL. Dodgers have the best rotation in the NL. There we go. Now stepping up to the plate, Phil Gosselin. Sorry, not Phil Gosselin. Max Stassi. Fletch, little pickoff move from Buehler. Max Stassi. Great OPS. And that's strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Could have been called the ball. Oh, 1 count here on top of the third. David Fletcher at first base with 1 out. And Buehler wheels and deals. Inside again. Stassi swings at it. Fouls it off to the third base side. Stassi fouls it off again. 0-2 here. Buehler with the next pitch. Inside to Max Stassi. Max Stassi cannot connect, and that's another strikeout for Walker Buehler. 2 outs here in the top of the third. And Buehler with another master class today. Not looking forward to what Twitter looks like if this game stays the way that it's been. As the Dodgers will treat this as if they just won the World Series. Phil Gosselin steps in. He's batting .364 in day games this season. And he fouls one off. Braves and Angels need to improve. Tough year. We both lost stars. The Braves are 7-3 in their last 10 games. Prior to yesterday's loss, the Angels had a 4-game winning streak. The lowest OPP average on fastball. Freddie Peralta first place, Walker Buehler in third. Phil Gosselin lines this one down the left field line. That's going to get to the wall. Fletcher rounding third base. He's going home. He's sliding in there, and he is safe. Phil Gosselin with an RBI double. Gets the Halos on the board. It's now 5-1 Dodgers here in the top of the third. The goose is loose, everybody. Phil Gosselin is having himself one hell of a series offensively. With another RBI, another extra base hit. The goose is loose. Walker Buehler repeatedly throwing that inside fastball. Goose is able to take a good read on that and gets that extra base hit. So Iglesias at the plate now. He's got an 0-1 count. Make that 0-2 with the swing and a miss. Iglesias not all there today, unfortunately. Prior to this afternoon, he had been one of the team's leading hitters this series, carrying the team. Next pitch, strike 3. Walker Buehler strikes out Jose Iglesias to finish the inning, but not before allowing a run, thanks to Phil Gosselin's RBI double. Halos trail 5-1 at the end of 3. And we are back. Reed Detmers taking the hill again here in the bottom of the third. He wheels and deals and throws ball 1 to Will Smith, the catcher. Not to be confused with the pitcher or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air himself, Will Smith. Reed Detmers fires in a curveball and lands in there in the outside part of the zone for strike 1. A 1-1 count here. Surprised that Reed Detmers is back out for the third inning, as Will Smith swings and fouls this one off for strike 2. Must not have been caught by whoever it was hit to, as there was loud moans and groans throughout Chavez Ravine. So Reed Detmers getting set here. 1-2 count to Will Smith. He throws, and that ball is hit well, but right at the left fielder, Joe Adell. And hopefully he's able to catch it, and he does. You never know with Joe Adell out there. It's been great offensively for the Halos since he was called back up from AAA. Defense was there for the first couple games that he was up, especially in Texas. Not so much now. Here comes the next pitch from Detmers to Cody Bellinger, who has a home run this series. Other than that, hasn't done a whole lot. It's his 6th of the season. In 2019, he hit 47, his MVP season. Detmers throws a breaking ball in there for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count here against Cody Bellinger. Reed Detmers looking like he's settling in now here in the bottom of the third after giving up 5 runs. Next pitch, outside. May have spoke too soon there. Reed Detmers wearing Torrey Hunter's number 48 on the Angels. The Angels have a tendency to reuse a lot of numbers that were once worn by legends. Very reluctant to retire some. In my opinion, after ball 3 here to Bellinger, 3-1. If I'm Detmers, I just walk Bellinger instead of giving him a pitch down the middle, but we'll see how that goes. And that is foul tipped. So full count here to Cody Bellinger. So full count. Reed Detmer is probably thinking, I just got to get this one by him down the middle. And if I could yell into his ear right now, it would be, don't do that, Reed. As he wheels and deals, here's the pitch, and it's down the middle again. Bellinger fouls it off. But as I was mentioning, the Angels have a tendency to not retire numbers. I guess you have to hit 1 million home runs and strike out 50,000 people before they think about retiring your number, because they had number 27 for Vladimir Guerrero, now worn by Mike Trout. And here comes the next pitch. Belly fouls it off again. We'll stay full count here. They have number 16, Garrett Anderson, who was almost an Angel for life before finishing out his tenure with the Dodgers in his last season. Now worn by Brandon Marsh. You have Torrey Hunter, who probably had his best seasons with the Angels. Number 48, now being worn by Reed Detmers. And here comes the next pitch from Detmers. And that is hit to left field. Joe Adell getting under it. Again, it's always a hit or miss if Joe Adell gets the ball, and he's able to get it for out number 2. So both of these outs today, put outs by Joe Adell. Walker Buehler stepping up to the plate, batting 124 on the season. He has one career home run, which came off of Michael Wacha back in 2019. Coincidentally, Michael Wacha pitched today and did horribly. Thumbnail's good. Should have put some players on it. Probably. This was a last-minute idea. If you have Vlad and Trout wear number 27, don't retire it. I don't know how you can. I mean, you have to retire it after Trout wears it, but the fact that you don't retire both of them, it shouldn't have even been given to Trout in the first place. Should have been retired. Trout should have worn number 3. He's the Michael Jordan of baseball. 0-2 count here to Buehler. Reed Detmers gets him to strike out for out number 3. So despite the 5 runs, Reed Detmers also has 5 strikeouts. So you could argue he's been dealing. But 3 outs here at the end of 3. Halos trail 5-1 to the Dodgers. We'll be right back. And we're back from commercial break. We got Joe Adell stepping in for his second at-bat of the game. Top of the 4th inning. We're talking about George Springer here in the chat. Pimped a home run even though he cheated, and now he seems like a nice guy. Alrighty. It's an interesting opinion as Joe Adell hits a pitch that's right down the middle. That's going to get past A.J. Pollock and left. Adell's going to round first. He's going to make it all his way to second. A.J. Pollock making zero effort to get the ball back in. And Joe will stop at second. That was 113 miles an hour off the bat. You knew Buehler threw that one hard. Adell hit that one even harder. Still wearing his Salt Lake Bees batting equipment. And that'll be a leadoff double to start the inning. If Angels don't capitalize here, I don't know what they will do. Walker Buehler, 51 pitches deep in 3 innings. It's not the worst. He does have a lot of run support. Brandon Marsh stepping in. He's 1 for 1 today. And Brandon Marsh swings the first pitch, almost in the dirt, but he's able to pull a Vlad Guerrero and swing it away. It's crazy that I'm at the point now where I say Vlad Guerrero and everybody thinks I mean Vladdy Jr. And it looks like Reed Detmers will stay in the game as he's still in the on-deck circle. Hoping he could lay down a bunt here, assuming Marsh gets on. Marsh swings and misses at strike 2, 96 miles an hour on the outside part of the plate. All right, so Brandon Marsh fouls this one off. Buehler just going fastball after fastball. Pretty sure he'll be sending the hook right here in this next 0-2 count. Here comes the next pitch from Buehler. Brandon Marsh fouls it off again. This one was a breaking ball. So Marsh with the 0-2 count. He's 1 for 1 today. Joe Adell at second base with no outs here in the top of the 4th. This is a great moment for the Angels to capitalize. And here's the next pitch outside from Walker Buehler. 95 miles an hour out the plate. Walker, 56 pitches deep here in the top of the 4th. I could see him making it his way to the 6th or 7th. Such a low pitch count for where he's at. That would have been awesome, Julian, if you were able to give it to me. And another ball outside. 2-seam fastball out and away. Might have been his sinker. I get those two confused sometimes. Just basing it off their movement. And here comes the pitch. 2-2. Walker Buehler overthrowing the fastball. Upset with himself. It's a full count here. Buehler's getting too much in his head, it looks like. So full count to Brandon Marsh after having him down 0-2. He was in the driver's seat. He's losing what he's got. Let's see if he's able to capitalize here with the next throw. Here comes the pitch. And he walks Brandon Marsh after having him down 0-2. So now you have the speed threat of Brandon Marsh and Joe Adell on the bases. If I'm Joe Madden, there's no way you put Reed Detmers out there to take the bat. You got to bring in a pinch hitter, somebody. And it doesn't look like he's going to do that. He's going to let Reed Detmers ride. So you got to hope that Reed Detmers is able to execute this bunt. You got Max Muncy coming in on the corner. If Reed Detmers is able to lay this down the first base line, that'll advance the runners to second and third. And then Jack Mayfield could be able to drive them in. So Detmers squares up to bunt, but it's ball 1. Reed Detmers not looking like he knows how to bunt, as pointed out by Mark Gubizaw. rather frightening. The way that, where, you know what, I'm looking at it now. That position that he has that bunt in, it does not look right. It's looking like he's gonna get his fingers taken out by a fastball. So 1-1 count. He takes strike one. He's gonna square around for that bunt again, and he misses the bunt despite it being right down the middle of the plate. Obviously, Reed Detmers, not a lot of practice with the bunting, and you would think that he would have some practice with the bunting with Joe Maddon's 1985 offensive mentality, even though we're in the year 2021. So Reed Detmers down 1-2. If I'm him, I'm still squaring around to bunt. And here he comes with that square around, and he fouls it off for strike three, and he's out. So that's out number one for Walker Buehler. In my opinion, bad move by Joe Maddon. No reason to keep Reed Detmers out there when he's laboring to get through. Not sure how you foul that one off when it's right down the middle. 2 times Reed Detmers had an attempt to lay down that bunt with pitches right down the middle. First time with a fastball, second time with a breaking ball. So here comes Captain Jack Mayfield. His last 20 games, he's batting .297 with 7 home runs. Every game prior to that, batting the low 100s. So he's figured it out here. Hopefully he could do the same thing against Walker Buehler. If he goes deep, makes this a 1-run game. And Jack Mayfield lines this one over to Albert Pujols. Little bloop. Pujols is able to make the catch. So now there's 2 outs. Angel started off this inning hot with a hard hit double by Joe Adell, and then Brandon Marsh being able to work a walk after being down 0-2. Good fielding by Albert there. All smiles from Albert. And just like that, Walker Buehler potentially out of trouble. Potentially. Again, potentially. Little quick visit from Corey Seager. And Walker Buehler's ready to throw to David Fletcher. What's good, FJ DeKang? Appreciate you for stopping by, brother. Just subbed. Appreciate that, man. Normally do MLB The Show content. Today it's Angels versus Dodgers. If you can't tell, I'm an Angels fan, so appreciate the sub. Thank you, man. So David Fletcher stepping into the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Had a hard hit ball earlier in the game, and Buehler throws ball 1. 97 miles an hour. It's the hardest Buehler has thrown all day. So highest average on fastballs. You got David Fletcher with 351. Trey Turner, 361. Vlad Jr., Nick Castellanos above them. Here comes the next pitch. And ball 2, breaking ball, out and away. Buehler not able to find the zone all of a sudden here. And he's 5th in the league with fastball usage, 69.1%, with Yusei Kikuchi, Chris Bassett, Tyler Anderson, and Lance Lynn being in the top 4. So 2-0 to David Fletcher. And that's a fastball. And it looks like Fletcher wasn't able to hold up in time. And it looks like he did go around. So it's now a 2-1 count of what would have been ball 3. Here's the next pitch from Buehler. 2-1 count to Fletch. Right down the middle, 96 miles an hour. Fletch fouls it off to the right side. If that's fair, both of those runs score. Makes it a 2-run game. So 2-2 count. Buehler's able to bounce back here. If I'm Walker Buehler, I'm going with a slider. So Fletch stepping in. Buehler getting set. Brandon Marsh and Joe Adell on the base paths. First and second. 2 outs here. Buehler's 69th pitch of the game. Fletch swings and misses. He fouled it off, but looks like they're not going to count it. And that's going to be out number 3. Buehler gets out of the jam. So despite a rough inning, and 2 men reaching on base with no outs, Walker Buehler is able to fight back and get out of the inning. Strong outing from Buehler, despite not being able to find the zone. And we'll be right back. little bit of an extendo break there as Reed Detmers is back on the mound and has Trey Turner in the box for his third at-bat of the game. Reed Detmers, 1-1 count here in the bottom of the fourth, surprisingly still in the game, despite having pitched a lot of his pitches in the beginning of the game. Here comes the next pitch. Turner pops this one up to the left fielder, Joe Adell. Joe Adell's got it. And you have some fans in the stands yelling, "I got it, I got it." Does not deter Joe Adell. And Mark Gubzaw, tenured Angels announcer, love the guy, explaining why Joe Maddon's keeping Reed Detmers in the game, and it's to help Reed Detmers build confidence. And it makes sense that he's doing that, given that this game literally does not matter towards the division for the Angels. But when you're losing by 5 and your pitcher hasn't been doing fantastic, don't get me wrong, the beginning of this game, as he throws a breaking ball in there for a strike to Max Muncy, he was actually throwing really good pitches, not allowing that many walks, throwing strikes, bad defensive plays all around on the field. But when you've allowed this many runs, you gotta go to the bullpen, despite how bad it is. But it's a 5-run game here. 1-1 count to Max Muncy here in the bottom of the fourth with 1 out. Maxie 1 for 2 today. And Joe Maddon making weird decisions. Reed Detmers, there's a breaking ball in there, both times off the plate, but those same pitches have been given to Walker Buehler, so Detmers himself a little confused. Max Muncy with one hell of a frame job here at that inside curveball. Now a 2-1 count to Max Muncy. 78th pitch coming from Detmers. He fires a fastball down the middle. Max Muncy's able to foul it off. It's now a 2-2 count. Bottom of the fourth, 2-2 count, 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth, I apologize. Excuse me. Here comes the next pitch. And that breaking ball gets away from Reed Detmers and hits Max Muncy in the shoulder. Max Muncy will take first base. So a runner aboard with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. And again, not very happy with Maddon's managerial decisions today. And I've gone on record several times not understanding his mentality. And it looks like Joe Maddon going down the stairs right now and deeper into the dugout. Not sure where he's going or what he's going to do. Maybe he has to take a piss or something. As A.J. Pollock steps in. He's 2 for 2 today, batting .309, 14 home runs on the season. So an 0-1 count to A.J. Pollock, who has a double and a single, a triple and a home run shy of the cycle. Don't know if it's too early to start the cycle watch, but here comes the next pitch from Detmers. As he's set, he wheels and deals and fires this one in. Breaking ball right down the middle, fouled off by Pollock to the third base side. Jack Mayfield getting a lot of those foul balls and making sure that they get to the hands of Dodger fans over the net. Stand-up guy Jack Mayfield is. Met the dude. Really chill. So Reed Detmers gets a new ball, getting a bit of a grip on it. No spider tack allowed. So an 0-2 count to A.J. Pollock. Reed Detmers has had multiple 0-2 counts this afternoon and unfortunately cannot finish off the batters once he does get to that point. But here's the next pitch, and that's up and in to A.J. Pollock. Popped out to shallow center field. Brandon Marsh is underneath it, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth for Reed Detmers, 82 pitches deep. And again, despite Reed Detmers allowing 5 runs, he also has struck out 5 individuals on the Dodgers. He's got Seager, Taylor, Bellinger, Buehler, and Chris Taylor again. So disgusting pitches coming out of his hand, but also giving up some runs in the process. Here comes the first pitch to Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols with a full swing bunt straight back to Reed Detmers, and that'll be out number 3. So a economical inning for Reed Detmers, and that'll be the end of the fourth. Onto the fifth we go. We'll be right back. And we're back. Walker Buehler throws ball 1 to Adam Eaton, and now gets strike 1 to Adam Eaton as he fouls one off. So 1-1 the count to Adam Eaton. And here in the top of the 5th, Buehler wheels and deals and throws the ball outside for 2-1. Adam Eaton 0-2 on the day. And Eaton able to foul that one off, so now it's a 2-2 count. That was inside. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna sting. Adam Eaton, a tough guy though. Starting right fielder today for the Halos. Buehler, although he's pitching well, also having trouble finding the zone. Here comes the next pitch. And Eaton strikes out for out number 1 in the top of the 5th. And strike 1 down to Max Stassi, right down the middle. Oh, and 2 to Max Stassi. Max Stassi, not the type of guy to go down swinging every at least. He's able to put up some offensive numbers, and I certainly hope he does today, as he is starting on my fantasy team over Salvador Perez. So hopefully he does something here. And that's a ball way outside, hits the dirt. Will Smith is able to pick it, and it's a 1-2 count. Buehler 77 pitches deep, and I originally didn't agree with the take that Buehler would only be able to go through 5, but as he gets further along in this game, he keeps missing the zone. And Max Stassi goes down swinging for out number 2 in the inning. 2 strikeouts coming out into the 5th for Walker Buehler. And Julian, I have been doing my daily moments every day. Thank you for reminding me. I will be doing them after this. Crazy stuff. Seeing some highlights from the Blue Jays-Red Sox game. Vlad Jr. had himself one hell of a game. Stealing bags, getting base hits, defensive highlight plays. As the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 9-8 today. And Walker Buehler throws strike one to Phil Gosselin, who had an RBI double his last plate appearance. And here comes pitch number 2. Gosselin grounds this one over to Muncy. Muncy fires to Pujols. Gosselin's fast, but not fast enough. That'll be out number 3. An economical 5th inning for Walker Buehler. Angels trail the Dodgers 5-1. And Reed Detmer's back out for the 5th. He fires one down the middle to Corey Seager. And it's popped up to left field. Joe Adell with another putout. Lots of putouts today by Joe Adell. Good for him. Crazy that Reed Detmers is still in this game after giving up 5 runs in his first 2 innings. But since then, he's settled down. But Joe Madden has to develop the confidence of this young pitcher, Reed Detmers. He's powering through 5. Chris Taylor steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. As Sweaty Gamer joins the chat. Hope you're having a good day, Sweaty. Welcome. Drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. We're on our way to 20 likes. And that is strike 1 to Chris Taylor. So 0-1 to Chris Taylor, 0-2 today. Bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Detmers, 85 pitches deep. He wheels and deals and throws ball 1. So Reed Detmers, not the best first 2 outings you would expect from a highly touted prospect, but at the same time, you can't blame him. He's gone against 2 of the toughest teams in Major League Baseball. One being the Oakland Athletics and the other being the Los Angeles Dodgers, as he throws ball 2 there, which looks like it hit the corner. He's retired 8 of his last 9 batters. One of those batters was hit by a pitch, and according to Game Day, that pitch was outside. It looked a little questionable here on the live stream. Here comes the next pitch, and that's right down the middle, breaking ball. And of course, right after I read the stat of him retiring 8 of the last 9, Chris Taylor is able to bloop one into right field for his first hit of the game. So we got one out here. Chris Taylor reaches to first base. And now, stepping up to the plate, the batter. Again, I'm watching the live stream. I'm not looking at the game day. So I have no idea who's stepping in. Just waiting for them to show the frickin' camera on the guy who's stepping into the plate. And it's Will Smith. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Take another 20 minutes, why don't you? Unbelievable. So Detmers tries to pick off Taylor. Doesn't succeed. He throws to Will Smith. Breaking ball, low. Chris Taylor stays at first. It's a 1-0 count to Will Smith. Bottom of the fifth here. Reed Detmers, 89 pitches deep. I can be absolutely certain with you all that this will be his last inning of the game, whether Joe Madden likes it or not. So he's about to... I'm almost certain that Reed Detmers will reach 100 pitches in this inning, assuming he doesn't get a double play ball right here. And that ball is lined to left field. That's going to fall in. And foul. Thought that was going to be extra bases, perhaps an RBI. But it was foul by just a few feet. And Dodger fans aren't able to get that foul ball despite the slow speed that it was coming towards them. Lots of bobbles out there. Looking like Max Muncy in the first 2 games of the series. So Will Smith with a 1-1 count here. Reed Detmers, 90 pitches deep. Bottom of the fifth. Chris Taylor at first base. 1 out. He'd love a double play ball here as he tries to pick off Chris Taylor. I'll never understand why pitchers bother going to first base or with the pickoff attempt when their throw is coming out of their hand at the same time that the runner is already back on the bag. Reed Detmers is now set. Here comes the next pitch, and that's low for ball 2. It's 2-1 count. Former Angel Tony Watson gets the win for San Francisco today against the Brewers. One hell of a way to lose a game, the Brewers did, by dropping a routine fly ball in right field. And Reed Detmers back to first base again, trying to pick off Chris Taylor. And once again, Chris Taylor back at the bag before Reed Detmers is able to get the ball out of his hand. Just throw the ball, you fucking idiot. Reed Detmers set, 2-1 count. Quick pitches, Will Smith, and that's ball 3. So Detmers, you could assume that with all the pickoff attempts, with the balls not hitting the strike zone like they were earlier, that he's experiencing some fatigue to some degree. 92 pitches in. He's been struggling all game. Here comes the next pitch. That's right down the middle. Will Smith pops this up to center field. Brandon Marsh fighting the sun. He's coming in on it, and he's able to get it for out number 2. So Reed Detmers just needs one more out to get out of this inning. Whether or not he'll be able to do it, we will see. .93 pitches deep. He now has to face Cody Bellinger, who's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. Belly batting .171 on the season, 6 home runs and 22 RBIs. Battling several injuries, but is finally back, hopefully here to stay. Hopefully for Dodger fans, that is. As Reed Detmers throws ball 1 high. He's consistently throwing 92, which is a sign of fatigue this late in the game. Although that is his typical average, between 92 and 95. Very rarely hitting 95. He throws a breaking ball in there, high in the zone, but it's a strike. So it's now 1-1 count to Cody Bellinger. So Bellinger set in the box. Reed Detmers getting set. And another high breaking ball. Chris Taylor was on the move. Wide throw by Chris Taylor. Jose Iglesias not able to apply the tag. Tries wiggling his foot off the bag. And I don't know about you guys, but Jose Iglesias has been getting on my nerves as of late. Can't throw the baseball. Can't lay a tag down. and then the attempt to wiggle the foot off the bag. It's like, just knock it off, man. You're not good. You've been hitting the bat real well lately, but don't do stuff like that. So Chris Taylor makes it to second base. It's 2-1 count to Cody Bellinger, who's 0 for 2 today. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs. Detmers throws this one down the middle, and Eaton almost drops the ball, but he lunges to make that catch. May have lost it in the sun, but that is the end of 5. Reed Detmers gets through 5, potentially the last batter of the day. Belly almost gets a base hit. Adam Eaton saves the play. We're through the top of the 5th here. Onto the bottom we go, and we'll be right back. And we are back. Jose Iglesias, who defensively has been awful this game, is back up to the bat. He's also been pretty bad offensively this game. The past couple games has been fantastic. Today, not so much, as he gets strike 1 from Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler, 81 pitches deep. Jose Iglesias, 0 for 2. This season against LA, though, he's batting .385. And Walker Buehler is able to throw that one not in there, but it's called a strike. You'll see it on game day. That was clearly outside. And Buehler working quickly here. Next pitch, Jose Iglesias swings and misses. Jose Iglesias gets sent down for the second time today on strikes. And that's ugly. Ugly at-bats today from him. And as you guys can tell, I'm not very happy with him. Buehler working very quickly. On to Joe Adell. Joe Adell swings partially at this breaking ball and gets strike 1 from Buehler. Joe Adell on the season, he was called up just last week, batting .286 and has 3 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 today with a double. He goes ahead and steps out. Good idea, as Buehler is working quick as fuck right now. And here comes the pitch from him. 84 pitches deep. This is the 85th. Adell able to fly this one out to right field, right into the glove of Cody Bellinger. And 2 quick outs from Walker Buehler here. A lot of Dodger fans will say that Buehler hasn't had his best start today, but he's honestly looked fine to me, just giving up a couple walks, not being able to hit the zone. Brandon Marsh stepping in. And with Brandon Marsh stepping in, that means someone else will have to take the on-deck circle, assuming Joe Madden is taking out Reed Detmers, which, fingers crossed, he is, if you want to have a shot at this game. At least for someone getting on base. And Brandon Marsh takes ball 1 from Walker Buehler. 1-0 count here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs. These 2 outs came quick. Walker Buehler's working quick as he's already getting ready to throw his second pitch of the at-bat. And here it comes. Outside again, almost the same location as you can see here on game day. Walker Buehler now taking his time, regathering himself, probably a little bit winded after trying to speed run through this game. Brandon Marsh ready for the pitch, and another outside pitch from Walker Buehler, so 3 balls in a row. Walker Buehler visibly frustrated, as he's been all game for the most part, despite being in the lead. 88 pitches deep, 3-0 count to Brandon Marsh at 2 outs. Brandon Marsh should have the green light here. And that's a fastball in the outside corner as Brandon Marsh is taking all the way. In this next few weeks of games, Angels have the day off tomorrow, but they'll be playing Toronto, Houston, 1 game in New York, 3 games in Detroit, and 2 games in Cincinnati. Sorry, not Cincinnati, Cleveland. As Brandon Marsh fouls off the second strike. Justin Upton stepping into the batter's box. The on-deck circle, I should say. So he'll be pinch hitting for Reed Detmers, who is done for the day, presumably. If there's anybody that you want to have in the on-deck circle, it is not Justin Upton. I'll tell you that right now. Full count to Brandon Marsh. Here comes the pitch from Buehler, and that is down in the dirt for ball 4. Marsh with the second walk of the game, and the Dodgers fans are doing the wave like idiots. If you do the wave, you're an idiot. But at least they aren't Angels fans doing the wave while we're losing. It's very common at Angel Stadium for the wave to start, even though the team's losing, which just shows you how little people are paying attention to the game. So a mound visit here from Mark Pryor. And Dodgers treating this like this is Game 7 of the World Series because it's just 1 run on the board, or 1 run that has come across for the Angels and 1 run getting on base from a walk by Walker Buehler after getting 2 quick outs. So, of course, you got to have those mound visits to make sure that we keep treating this like it's a playoff game against the Angels, who, by the way, basically have a AAA team out there. So, Dodger fans, when you go and cheer about how the Dodgers won today or how they won the series, just remember you beat a AAA team without their top 3 players. Top 4, technically, with Shohei Ohtani not in the lineup either, as Justin Upton takes strike 1 down the middle, which is very typical. Shohei Ohtani actually standing up in the dugout, not looking very pleased with his team, looking rather upset. Next pitch from Buehler, right down the middle. Justin Upton swings and misses. Again, very typical. I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Upton took strike 3 down the middle with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And Shohei Ohtani, I'm sure, is saying, why am I not up there pinch hitting? Walker Buehler looking at his finger. He may have a blister developing. We'll see. And here comes the next pitch to Justin Upton, and it's going to be ball 1. Snap throw from Will Smith to first base. Marsh gets back to first in time. The Angels have had multiple runners on base this game, but have not been able to capitalize or bring them across the base. Home plate, I should say. So Justin Upton with a 1-2 count. Walker Buehler wheels and deals. Here comes the pitch. And Justin Upton pops it up to the third base side. Max Muncy gets under it, and that is caught by Max Muncy on the rail. Dodgers get 3 outs here after the walk by Buehler. And once again, Angels can't capitalize with the runner on. 5-1 Dodgers through 6. We'll be right back. And we're back, and it is with great pleasure to announce that the Angels' next pitcher, making his Major League debut, Packy Naughton, here in the bottom of the sixth, 9th round pick by the Reds in the 2017 draft, 2019 Reds Minor League Pitcher of the Year, and he throws strike one. It's fouled off by Corey Seager at 91 miles an hour. Naughton rocking number 58, formerly the number of Alex Claudio, and prior to him, can't remember. I know Dustin Mosley. Throwback name for you guys. You guys were probably still in diapers when you read that. And it's not Corey Seager. It's actually Billy McKinney. Very similar to Swing to Seager there. Number 9 hitter. Batting for Walker Buehler. Next pitch from Naughton is outside and away. So a 1-1 count. Lots of loose laces on Naughton's glove. Lots of hair coming out of Naughton's hat. Interesting to see how well he does here. Whether or not his outing will earn himself a role in the starting rotation, given that Reed Detmers will probably be 0 for 2 after this. McKinney pops this one over to left field. Adele having to run, and he's going to play this one on the hop. So that'll be a single for Billy McKinney, making his first appearance of the day. And Adele, despite his great speed, not able to get to the ball in time. Very similar of a play that Justin Upton would make. Justin Upton would probably let that bounce a couple times before getting to the ball. Potentially let McKinney get to second base. But yeah. Packy Naughton, a runner at first, 3 pitches deep into his Major League debut. And here comes Trey Turner for his 4th plate appearance of the day. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk. Packy Naughton fires strike one. Down the middle. Bottom of the 6th here. McKinney at first. Trey Turner in the batter's box. Naughton working rather quickly here. Here comes the next pitch. Turner gets a lot of this one. Joe Adele gets underneath it. And he's able to make the catch. So that'll be out number 1 here for Packy Naughton. McKinney will stay at first base. Lots of balls have been hit out there towards Joe Adele's way. Lots of F7s in this game. So Max Muncy steps up to the plate. Max Muncy 1 for 2 today with a hit by pitch. Also scored and has an RBI. This series he's 4 for 10 and batting .276 on the season. So here comes the pitch from Naughton. And that's strike one, swing and a miss from Max Muncy. Naughton kind of has a crazy windup. Not too crazy of a windup, but very interesting delivery. He pulls the ball out of his glove prior to the leg kick. Makes the hitters a little confused once that ball does come around the plate. And that's a ball right down the middle. Naughton fields it. Flips it over to Goslin. McKinney will take second base, but that'll be out number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Packy Naughton, 2 outs. Letting his hair flip back and forth. Seven pitches from Naughton, too. Already 2 outs. If Naughton can shut these Dodgers down here, he may be a guy that the Angels go to regularly between him and Warren, given how awful the Angels' bullpen is, with everyone else in it. All the veterans, I should say. And somehow these rookies, not somehow, obviously, no other team has been able to scout them or see them pitch or what they normally do. But Naughton gets out of this inning. Angels may be in good hands for the remainder of the season when it comes to making a push for the wild card. So ball 1 to A.J. Pollock, who's 2 for 3. And there's someone running onto the field. And a bunch of security guards are out on the field. This fan is able to juke a couple of them. And there's no cameras on him, but the announcers are giving this Dodger fan 60 for speed out of a rating. Packy Naughton not very pleased that a runner is on the field at this time. Rather Major disruption. Not sure why they even bothered running out. That's the second attempt of someone trying to run onto the field this series. And it looks like this runner has been taken care of by security. A lot of uproar at Dodger Stadium. And a day to remember for Packy Naughton. Kind of taken away from him by this person that felt the need to come onto the field. Well, I hope they enjoy not being able to be allowed back into any baseball park anytime soon. And you might be wondering how these individuals will not be allowed back into the field, but MLB is very careful to make sure that when they ban somebody, they're not allowed back in. And if you don't pay attention, there's actually a lot of cameras at any baseball field that you'll find. And they have facial recognition, very similar to TSA. So if you get caught coming back into the stadium, it becomes a misdemeanor and you'll immediately be arrested for doing such thing. So hats off to that Dodger fan who will never be allowed back at Chavez Ravine or any other major league ballpark ever again for doing what he was trying to do. And according to the announcers, they're still attempting to get this fan. He may be making a couple solid breaks for it. AJ Pollock with a 1-0 count here against Packy Naughton. And Pollock will be stepping back into the batter's box. It looks like this fan has been subdued. And Packy Naughton will take the mound. And according to announcers, the ball girl was the original person to apprehend this runner on the field. Pollock grounds this one over to the shift. Adele picks up the ball, and his noodle arm isn't able to get him. And AJ Pollock able to get in there with a double. Unbelievable. 6-1 now Dodgers in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs. Packy Naughton, who is cruising, gets disrupted by this runner. And Jose Iglesias nor David Fletcher was able to get to that ball. Joe Adele not able to get the ball back into the infield. So Albert Pujols intentionally walked. Makes sense. You got a rookie on the mound. Albert Pujols, historically known to crush rookies, as Corey Seager steps into the batter's box. Corey Seager 1 for 3 today with a single in the second. Against the Angels this season, he's batting .391 with 3 RBIs. 6-1 Dodgers in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs and 2 men on. First pitch from Naughton, swing and a miss by Seager. It's now 0-1. Seager just recently returning from the injured list. Naughton making his major league debut. Naughton is set, taking a look back at Pollock, wheels and deals, and that's ball 1, outside. So Naughton getting a reset. AJ Pollock a second. With Albert Pujols at first base. Naughton taking a look back at AJ Pollock. Here comes the pitch to Seager. And that's foul tipped to the backstop. Now 1-2 count. Dodgers have a couple arms warming up. They got Clevenger. Or I'm sorry. Misquoted myself. They got Bedford. And another gentleman, number 41. Not able to see his last name, nor was I able to hear his last name. So 1-2 count to Corey Seager. 1 for 3 today. Bottom of the sixth, 2 outs. 2 men on at first and second. Here comes the pitch from Naughton. It's grounded over to Jose Iglesias, who fires over to Phil Gosselin. That'll be out number 3. Dodgers get one more on the board. It's now 6-1 Dodgers at the end of 6. To the 7th inning we go, and we'll be right back. Back from commercial, Phil Bickford taking them out for the Dodgers. 35th game of the season with a 2.87 ERA. And Jack Mayfield steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today here in the top of the 7th. As Phil Bickford throws ball 1. Dodgers with a 6-1 lead against the Angels. Looking to take game 3 of this rubber match. Halos won game 1, 4-3 in extra innings. While Dodgers took the 8th inning heroics in yesterday's game, which was originally a 3-2 ball game, eventually became a 5-3 ball game, and Angels fell to the Dodgers 5-3. Today, Dodgers get 2 runs on the board early, as they usually do, especially in these first 2 games, and they've been able to expand on that here in this game. Phil Bickford with an interesting pre-pitch shenanigans, sticks his tongue out at the batter, as Jack Mayfield takes the hack for strike 2. So when when Phil Bickford gets set, or prior to getting set, when he's taking the signs from the catcher, he'll look at the catcher. Or maybe it was just this one time, but he sticks his tongue out like this. And then he fires and throws. Which, if you ask me, is annoying, as Bickford fires ball 2. So 2-2 count to Jack Mayfield. Naughton and Bickford, both with manes of hair. I used to have a mane myself back in the day. My girlfriend was not very fond of it. And here comes the next pitch from Bickford. And that was outside of the zone, but Jack Mayfield swings and fouls it off to the backstop. So we'll stay at 2-2. 5 pitches in from Bickford. Mayfield 0 for 2. He's had a pretty solid past couple weeks, getting his 7th home run yesterday against the Dodgers. May have actually been the night before. Mayfield fouls it back once again. 93-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle. So Jack Mayfield making Bickford work. And if you don't recall earlier, there was a streaker that made it onto the field. The ball girl in right field for the Dodgers was the individual that reprehended this streaker. So good for her. As Bickford is set, ready to deal. 2-2 count to Jack Mayfield. And that's strike 3, 95 miles an hour down the plate. Jack Mayfield swings and misses for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. Bickford, 7 pitches in. Again, that low ERA, something the Angels have to watch out for. As David Fletcher steps into the batter's box for his 4th appearance of the day. Great mechanics from Phil Bickford. As a pitcher myself, I do love admiring the art of pitching, and Phil Bickford has it locked down. Potential future closer for the Dodgers, as he has closed out a couple games, and Kenley Jansen isn't able to do it. David Fletcher swings first pitch from Bickford. Max Muncy fires to Albert Pujols for out number 2. So 2 quick outs from Bickford here. 8 pitches in to the 7th. And at this time, we have a gentleman by the name of Adam Eaton stepping into the batter's box. Adam Eaton 0 for 3 today. Made a stellar play out in right field in the 5th inning. A play that almost got by him. Thankfully, he was able to catch it. So Bickford fires. Eaton shows bunt. And this pitch is a strike down the middle, 94 miles an hour. Eaton batting .211 with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs of the season. Eaton with a home run his last game. Or it may have been the first game of the series. I don't even remember at this point. Here comes the next pitch. Fastball in the outside corner. Eaton pops this one up to the left fielder, A.J. Pollock. Pollock's under it, and that'll be out number 3. And it's time for the 7th inning stretch, folks. 6-1 Dodgers. We'll be right back. Mike Myers taking over on the mound for the Halos, his 51st game of the season, rocking a 4.25 ERA, 64 strikeouts in 48 and 2/3 innings. Opponent batting average at 286. Mike Myers fires ball 1 to Chris Taylor. Mike the Maniac Myers hasn't had the best season. Unlike last year, he was the best reliever for the Angels. Trying to get it together here against the Dodgers. 1-0 on top of the 7th. Chris Taylor fouls this one off to the backstop. Halos trail 6-1. And we welcome Max Patino and Baseball History to the chat. Hope you're having a great day, fellas. Thank you for joining. And another ball from Mike Myers. It's a 2-1 count. Chris Taylor taking pitches. Mike Myers not able to execute. No need to worry, though, as, we're already down 6-1. Very unlikely that we'll be able to come back from this game. Aaron Slegger's recalled from AAA Salt Lake as Chris Taylor flies this one out to center field, and it drops in for a single. Brandon Marsh gets to it. So 4 pitches in from Myers. Chris Taylor gets a base hit. And let's see how this game goes from here. Mike Myers. It's normally someone you could rely on, at least last year. This year has been a completely different story, unfortunately. Good outing from Packy Naughton. He pitched last inning. Mike Myers throws ball 1 to Will Smith, who's 0 for 2 today. This one's popped up to the right side. Phil Gosselin not able to see it. David Fletcher able to get it in foul territory. So that's out number 1. In the bottom of the 7th. Why is chat so dry? It's been dry for a while. The first half of the chat was great. Lots of talking, lots of trash talking, unfortunately. But it's all good. We've had a lot of good things happen in chat today. I'm pretty sure most people clicking on this think that this is like an Angels-Dodgers stream because we have like 607 playbacks, but only an average of 2 minutes of watch time. So I'm sure they see that this isn't the game, and they're like, "Ah, god damn it, I got fucked." Now stepping to the batter's box, Cody Bellinger, who fouls this one off, a 95-mile-an-hour pitch from Mike Myers. An 0-1 count. So here comes the next pitch to Bellinger. Mike Myers leaves this one high in the zone, 95 miles an hour, and Bellinger uncorks one deep into right field for his 2nd home run of the series, his 7th home run on the season, and the Dodgers take an 8-1 lead. And I said it the other day, but Cody Bellinger definitely waking up now. Wouldn't take long. If there's any series that he was going to heat up, it would be this one against the Angels, given how bad they are. So a 2-run bomb from Belly. Dodgers take an 8-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Myers continues to struggle this season, as this was pimped by Cody Bellinger. Disappointing game, horrible defense and offense. Needs to start earlier in games. Alrighty, well, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Myers, 8 pitches deep, throwing his 9th pitch to Matt Beatty, who's batting for Bickford. Is he able to get strike 1? So 0-1 here to Beatty. Mike Myers fires another fastball in there. That's 0-2, fouled off to the left side. Beatty batting .249 on the season with 4 home runs, 30 RBIs, and a .701 OPS. Down 0-2 here. Let's see if Mike Myers can execute. Here's the pitch. That's way outside, 95 miles an hour. Again, in 2019, Mike Myers was one of the most reliable relievers coming out of the Angels' pen. This year, not so much. And here's the next pitch. Breaking ball, fouled off by Beatty. Mike Myers continuing to find himself this season. Dave Roberts looking comfortable here at this game. Beatty fouls this one off again. 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. The Giants 71-41 on the season. They beat Milwaukee. They're 30 games over 500, so good for them. The Dodgers trail them by a few games as this one is hit up the middle to Jose Iglesias. Jose Iglesias with a rainbow of a throw, but it's still able to beat Beatty in time for out number 2. I once again want to voice my frustrations about Jose Iglesias and his inability to throw baseballs. He's been great offensively this series, but defensively, he's been a liability, and I'm not happy about it. Trey Turner steps in for his 5th at-bat of the day. He is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk, and he's scored a couple times. Dodgers 4.5 games back of the San Francisco Giants, with the Padres being 8 games back, and Colorado and Arizona, well, they're lost causes, so we're not even going to bother bringing up how far back they are because it's absolutely miserable. Strike 1 to Trey Turner, a 1-1 count. Trey Turner will be in LA for a lot longer than most people expected. He's signed through to next year as he fouls this one off for strike 2. Corey Seager will clearly be taking a hike at the end of this season in free agency. Trey Turner will most likely take over that shortstop role. So 1-2 count to Trey Turner. Mike Myers 17 pitches deep into this 7th inning as he throws the ball into the dirt for ball 2. And that ball is swung on and missed by Trey Turner as Mike Myers strikes out Trey Turner to end the 7th. On to the 8th we go. Dodgers lead 8-1. We'll be right back. And we are back. Quackenbush on the mound for the Dodgers. What a name. As he throws a wild pitch to Max Stassi, almost hit his head. 1-1 count. Stassi 0 for 2 today. Quackenbush. Never heard of him. Surprised to see him here. His beard looks kind of fake around the edges. So he gets a breaking ball in there for strike 2. Quackenbush. Can't stop saying the name. Crazy. Crazy name. Again, that beard looks fake as hell. Looks like it's taped on. Sharp around the edges. 1-2 count. And that ball is outside. So a 2-2 count to Max Stassi, who's 0 for 2 today, starting in my fantasy league and doing terrible. I'm definitely losing this week. My opponent had like 20 pitchers pitched this week when I only had 7. So there's that. So a full count to Max Stassi. Here's the next pitch. And even though that was outside, it was called a strikeout. If there's anybody that knows a pitch that's out of the zone, it's Max Stassi. And you can see it right here for yourselves on game day. That pitch was not in the zone. So umpire has been bad all game, honestly being in the Dodgers' favor. We'll see the scorecard on Twitter by the end of the game, but unbelievable that the Angels haven't been able to get any of these calls. Quackenbush pitching to Gosselin now. Strike 1, a ball way outside. Gosselin takes a hack at it. So about an inning left here. Gosselin 1 for 3 today with an RBI double. He's 0-1. Here comes the next pitch from Quackenbush. That's going to be outside for ball 1. The count now even. Quackenbush with an interesting glove, a little bit of a blue color. The accents are actually brown and not red, which makes it a little weird. And that ball will get past Albert. Albert making little to zero effort to get to that ball, and that'll be a single for Gosselin. He's now 2 for 3 today. The goose is loose. It's the Angels potentially starting a 1-out rally. A little late, if you ask me, as it is the top of the 8th. With there being a 7-run lead from the Dodgers, it's most likely going to be secondary pitchers coming out of the pen for them. As Jose Iglesias, who's 0 for 3 today with the ground out and 2 strikeouts, will step in. Jose Iglesias' last at-bat went down on 3 straight strikes as he takes strike 1 right down the middle. Very characteristic of the Angels lineup as of recently. So it's now an 0-1 count. Quackenbush ready. He deals. Another pitch right down the middle. That's going to get through to the second base sign. So 2 hits in a row for the Angels. Phil Gosselin at second. Jose Iglesias now at first. And the Dodgers facing a little adversity here in the top of the 8th. 2 men on for the Angels. 1 out. Getting through the shift here, Iglesias is, as second base or shortstop. We're all on the left side of the field. Here comes Joe Adell. Joe Adell 1 for 3. He had a hard hit double earlier in the game, batting .273 on the season with 3 RBIs. We'll see if he's able to execute here in the top of the 8th. 1 down. The Dodgers do have the double play in order here if applicable, as this pitch is thrown inside to Adell, almost hits him. Second time Quackenbush comes far inside the batters, almost hitting them. Dodgers have a gentleman by the name of Brule, left-hander, throwing in the bullpen. He may be coming out. Again, secondary pitcher. Adell ready for the pitch, right down the middle, fouled off to the left side. Quackenbush, I'm not sure if this is his MO, but a lot of these pitches have been down the middle, and I'd call those mistake pitches. Quackenbush, formerly of San Diego, now here with the Dodgers. A little bit of a step up, given that the Padres are 8 games back and the Dodgers are 4.5 back. Another pitch in the zone, 87-mile-an-hour fastball, missed by Joe Adell. So it's now a 1-2 count here in the top of the 8th. Jose Iglesias at first, Phil Gosselin at second in scoring position with 1 down. Quackenbush getting the sign, taking a while. He's now set. Takes a look at Gosselin at second, and Adell fouls this one back into the stands. Still in awe that this guy's last name is Quackenbush, and I can only imagine that he was made fun of significantly as a child. Quackenbush getting the sign from Will Smith. He's now set. Going to take a look back at Gosselin. Here comes the throw. Joe Adell fouls this one off to the left side. A breaking ball, which may have been ball 2 had he not swung at it. But with this umpire calling pitches outside of the zone for the Dodgers, you don't know what's going to happen. It's been since 2018 that Quackenbush has entered in a major league game. He has elite hair just like Packy Naughton, Phil Bickford, and Brandon Marsh. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball low. So Adell has worked the count even here. Now a 2-2 count. One down here on top of the 8th. So Quackenbush, 17 pitches in here to the top of the 8th. Here comes the next pitch. It's way outside. Surprised the umpire didn't call that one, as he has been doing so all game. So a full count to Joe Adell from Quackenbush, who's thrown 18 pitches so far this inning and only able to get 1 out. He's set, takes a look back at Gosselin, and here comes the pitch. Down the middle, Adell's able to fight it off. Foul. And I do say down the middle, but this was low and in the zone. Low and outside of the zone, rather. Brandon Marsh on deck. If Brandon Marsh gets up to bat, you may see Shohei Ohtani stepping into the batter's box. So once again, full count to Joe Adell. 1 for 3 today. Quackenbush, 19 pitches, his 20th pitch of the AB. Joe Adell lines this one to left field. This is going to get down. Phil Gosselin rounding third, heading home. Jose Iglesias holding at third base. The Halos now trail the Dodgers 8-2. Joe Adell, his second double of the game. Joe Adell showing his bat skills once again since his call-up from AAA Salt Lake, able to execute against Quackenbush. And Dave Roberts will come out and take out Quackenbush after 20 pitches, only able to get 1 out. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets sent down to the minors. And we'll go to commercial break. We may see a very special someone stepping into the on-deck circle momentarily. We'll be right back. And another major league debut happening right now with Dodgers putting in Justin Bruihl, age 24, a .263 average in the minor leagues. He faces Brandon Marsh with runners on second and third with only 1 out. Brandon Marsh, 1 for 1 today with a couple walks under his belt. He swings and misses at the first pitch from Bruihl. And in the on-deck circle, the man himself, Shohei Ohtani, who should be able to get an at-bat this inning, assuming there's no double play. Brandon Marsh takes a pitch right down the middle for strike number 2. It's now an 0-2 count. Brandon Marsh 1 for 1 today with a single and 2 walks. He's batting .156 on the season with 2 RBIs. Not the best. Formerly on my fantasy team, dropped him as soon as he started sucking. Here comes the next pitch from Bruihl after 2 pitches, 0-2, and he strikes out Brandon Marsh on 3 pitches. So I don't give a fuck what his name is. Bruihl strikes out Brandon Marsh on 3 pitches. He's going to keep the ball because it's his first career strikeout. He struck out a rookie. Big fucking deal. It's the Angels. And there's now 2 outs here in the inning. Now stepping up to the plate, Shohei Ohtani, who has been in a major slump as of late. I'm hoping that he can execute against this rookie of a pitcher. But given how Shohei likes to swing at every single pitch, I'm pretty sure Bruill's just going to throw a bunch of breaking balls, and Ohtani's going to swing at all of them, and it'll be 3 outs before we know it. So runners at second and third, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. We still have a whole other inning of pitching to go, or bottom half of the inning, before we get to the top of the 9th so that we can end our misery. 8-2 game. Ohtani batting .269 on the season, 37 home runs, a major league leading record, 82 RBIs and a 1.014 OPS. Fantastic, but probably not enough to get us through the game. And just as I suspected, a first pitch breaking ball, and Ohtani hacks at it and misses. Very typical of Ohtani as of late. Looking like 2019 Ohtani up there. I lied. 2020 Ohtani. Pretty gross. So here comes the next pitch from Brule, who's thrown 4 straight strikes to start his Major League debut. He throws that same exact pitch. This time Ohtani lays off. So Brule throws his first Major League ball. The very gross goatee and mustache. 24 years old, by the way. Throws another pitch, a little bit faster, but in the same spot as his last 3 pitches. Ohtani, now with a 2-1 count, making his 3rd pinch hit appearance of this series. All cameras are on, ready to watch Ohtani do something here, if he does do anything at all. 2-1 from Justin Brule to Ohtani. Another breaking ball well outside. If I'm Justin Brule, I just put Ohtani on base and get straight to David Fletcher. So no question here that Ohtani will have the green light, as it is a 3-1 count. Brule, being a rookie, may try to go for a pitch right down the middle. If he does do that, Ohtani will make him pay. We'll see how this goes. Here's the pitch. Pitch right down the middle. Ohtani pops it up to the left side. Foul. If there's any pitch that Ohtani was going to get to hit out of the park, that was the one. So a full count to Shohei Ohtani. Justin Brule, making his Major League debut, has already struck out a batter in Brandon Marsh. Shohei Ohtani ready for the pitch. Justin Brule getting set. Here comes the throw. And it's outside. Ohtani takes ball 4, his 2nd walk of the series. And some boos from Dodger fans. And Jack Mayfield steps up to the batter's box. Jack Mayfield 0 for 3 today with 2 pop-outs and a strikeout, batting .223 on the season with 7 home runs and 17 RBIs. Jack Mayfield could hit a grand slam here and make it a 2-run game, which would be fun to watch. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen. Blake Trinan warming up in the bullpen. Again, the Dodgers treating this like it's Game 7 of the World Series. So that's why they have Blake Trinan getting ready. Mark Pryor coming out to visit with Justin Brule. And again, Dodgers treating it like it's Game 7 of the World Series, because of course they are. This really shows you what they do truly think about the Angels. That they are capable of being able to come back in this game, despite being up by 6. Once again, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Bases loaded. Jack Mayfield, who's 0 for 3. Not someone the Dodgers should be worrying about. Jose Iglesias at 3rd base. Joe Adell at 2nd. Shohei Ohtani at 1st. Justin Brule gets set to deliver his 10th pitch of the inning. That's ball 1. Justin Brule may be shaken up after giving up that walk. Started off his outing with a strikeout on 3 pitches. Then delivering a walk to Shohei Ohtani. Starts off Jack Mayfield with ball 1. Justin Brule set. Delivers. It's ball 2. 88 miles an hour. Flashback to Friday night. Jack Mayfield goes deep off of David Price for David Price's last pitch of the game. And tied up the game 2-2. Angels go on to win that game 4-3 in the bottom of the 10th. Jack Mayfield ready to go against Justin Brule. Strike right down the middle. Fouled off by Jack Mayfield to the left side. 2-1 now to Jack Mayfield. With Justin Brule, again, making his Major League debut. Top of the 8th, 2-1 count. Jack Mayfield fouls this one off again.
So here comes the next pitch from Buell. It's an even count. And Mayfield swings at this pitch out of the zone. Delivers it to home plate for the force out. That'll be 3 outs. The end of 8th after leaving 3 runners on. The MO for the Angels is just leaving runners on like idiots. And we head to the top of the 9th. Dodgers lead 8-2. The 9th inning we go. Shohei Ohtani will keep playing. He'll be in right field. Sam Selman comes in to pitch for the Angels. Adam Eaton takes over at first base for Phil Gosselin. Phil Gosselin will take his place over at third base. So a 2-0 count to Max Muncy as he steps up to bat. This team can't get any worse. I'm telling you that right now, fellas. Max Muncy drives this one out to left field. Joe Adele gets underneath it, and that'll be out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Sam Selman pitching. Shohei Ohtani out first. Again, Shohei Ohtani out in right field, I should say. And Adam Eaton taking over at first base. Phil Gosselin moving over to third. Jack Mayfield exiting the game. Now stepping to the plate, A.J. Pollock, who's had quite a good game offensively. It's 3 for 4. Take a pitch from Sam Selman, who delivers ball 1. Here's the next pitch from Sam Selman. It's a pop-up over to the right side. It'll be foul. See if Shohei can get a pop fly out to right field. It looks like I'm ahead of you guys by a little bit, because game day's taking a while to update. That, or we're on a completely different batter. Nope, I'm right. That ball is also hit towards the left field side. Jose Iglesias running for it, but it goes foul. Not sure why there was so much sprinting going on when it was clearly going to be a foul ball from the beginning. This team, man, it upsets me very much that this is what we're succumb to. Year in, year out. Just trash play. Thankfully, even with this loss, we'll still be above 500. Or at 500. I don't fucking know. Who cares? Here comes the next pitch from Selman. That'll be strike 3. Drop third strike. Stassi fires over to Eaton. There's Shohei covering behind him. And that'll be out number 2. So 2 down here for the Halos and the Dodgers. The bottom of the 8th. Albert Pujols stepping up to the bat. Stepping up to the plate, rather. Your boy does not know how to speak correctly. I'm a fucking idiot. And Albert Pujols steps into the batter's box to face Sam Selman, who's pitching. 9 pitches in. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Pujols is a strike right down the middle, a hanger in the top part of the zone. Pujols swings that. He hits it out of the park. What's going on, KC? Hope you're having a good day. Albert Pujols ready for the second pitch. Sam Selman gets set. Here we go. That's strike number 2. Pujols swings that one in the dirt. Seen that one before. I'm feeling bad for you and every Angels fan. At least Adele's doing well. Thanks, man. I appreciate your sympathy. Shohei Ohtani out in right field. 0-2 count to Pujols. Sam Selman about to deliver his 12th pitch of the day. Pujols 1 for 2 today with a home run off of Reed Detmers. Pujols pops this one up to right field. Brandon Marsh is getting under it. Shohei coming right by him for the coverage. And that'll be out number 3. So last chance for the Angels here heading to the top of the 9th. 8-2 Dodgers. We'll be right back. To the top of the 9th we go. Justin Brule delivers the first pitch to David Fletcher. David Fletcher takes strike one. Right down the middle. Love to see that. Fletch batting .309 on the season. 2 home runs and 38 RBIs. Has a single today, so he's 1 for 4. He's come across to score once. Next pitch from Brule. Hacked at. Fouled back to the batter's or to the backstop. I'm an idiot, so I can't speak. So Fletch down 0-2. Justin Brule, a rookie, 24 years of age, pitching for the Dodgers. Here he is, wheeling and dealing. And that pitch is in the dirt, almost hitting Fletch. Fletch gets out of the way. One and two the count to David Fletcher. And goes outside to get that one. Hit right to Trey Turner. Trey Turner fires to Albert Pujols, and that'll be out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. The Angels down to the last 2 outs. I'd argue that this was a hard-fought game, but this game has been all Dodgers from the beginning. With the exception of the first game, the Angels have not been able to produce. So tough luck here for the Angels, as I don't know who's batting second. Adam Eaton, who grounds one over to Trey Turner, fires to Pujols, and that's out number 2. So 2 quick outs for the Angels here in the top of the 9th. And Phil Gosselin will step up to the plate for his last appearance of the day. Good outing from Gosselin this series, offensively anyway, has been fantastic. Some RBIs, lots of base hits. And your boy's an idiot, completely misquoting, because it's not Phil Gosselin stepping in, it's Max Muncy. Not Max Muncy, your boy's an idiot, Max Stassi, who's 0 for 3 today. He's worked a walk, he fouls this one off to the left side. Foul. Justin Brule, again, the rookie, made his major league debut in the 8th inning with 1 out. Bases got loaded. Angels weren't able to capitalize. Here they are in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. A 1-strike count to Max Stassi, who's 0 for 3. Looks like the catcher setting up inside to Muncy. I keep calling Max Stassi Max Muncy because their names are both Max, despite not having the same last name. A 1-1 count here to Stassi. Good game from the Dodgers today. Walker Buehler, despite not being able to find the zone, pitched fantastic. Stassi fouls this one back to the backstop. Now a 1-2 count. Reed Detmers gets through 5, allowing 5 runs, striking out 5, maybe 6, who knows. Not sure what we expected his outcome to be going against this Dodgers team. The Angels are down to their last strike. Here comes the pitch to Max Stassi. Right down Broadway on the inside. Stassi strikes out, and the Dodgers take the series victory. 8-2 this game, 2-1 the Freeway Series. In a series that will not matter, the Dodgers fans will continue to treat this game like it was Game 7 of the World Series. And good for them. To any Dodger fan watching, congratulations. You beat the AAA Angels team. And that's it, fellas. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. KC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for baseball history. Julian, Drip from the Heavens, FJ, the King, Max Duran. Low-key, Max Duran, fuck you, bro. You're a piece of shit all day today. Happy Angels fan, thank you for stopping by. Gunner Sledo, thanks for stopping by. Ghostface, Rosboy, who dropped the comment, just said go Dodgers. And Jared. Appreciate all of you for coming through. Hope you all have a good day. Peace.